Hello and welcome back to Deck Pilot. This week we covered green, red Crackthorn. I'm going to take the deck for a spin on a ladder and see how it performs. I'm playing a different version to this. I've taken out one wood elemental and added a Firestorm. And this is because it's the start of the season. There's going to be a lot of different decks in the rank 10 range. So I didn't know what to expect. So I kind of prepared for a bit of everything. So I kept one presence in for burn. I added the Firestorm for jumpers, and I took out the one wood elemental because I prefer Sagami Warrior. So I'm trying to make the deck as flexible as possible to see what I find on the ladder, and then I can adjust based on what people are playing. And that's a good thing to do with this deck. You know, green red Crackthorn is very flexible, and you can kind of tweak it as you like to counter your meta game. So let's get into the matches and see how I do. As I said in my deck doctor, that we want to start off with a collector, and this is perfect. I could keep Cypher's Wrath or the Flame Burst to counter my opponent's collector, so I might just do that. I might just keep the Flame Burst because it's a bit more reach than Cypher's Wrath. And the Wood Elemental, so we're starting on the Explorer as well, which makes Wood Elemental really good on turn 1. It allows us to accelerate our lands quite quickly into the double collection spot. But there is an Axe Grinder, so maybe I'll change my line now because I can do this, go into the Axe Grinder, and then we'll have the Flame Burst to finish this guy off next turn. This could be a mirror, not too sure. It's the start of the season, guys, that's why I'm ranked 10. And yeah, this is going to be a mirror, so we'll see how this plays out. Not very often I get to play this mirror anymore. Not a lot of people play green, red Crackthorn as much as they used to in the old metagame. Before the game was released, it was a very popular deck. And we'll just stick another Axe Grinder down just in case he has removal, and we just guarantee collection. And I'm expecting him to take this spot, which means I'm probably not going to get a mountain here, unfortunately, because I'll probably just go straight across with forests now. And he does have the Ground Shaker, so now if I pick up Cypher's Wrath, I'm going to be in a very good spot. With no Cypher's Wrath, unfortunately. So I guess I'll just play the Wood Elemental this turn. Just taunt it up. And then the second act, the Axe Grinder here can finish it off after a trade, unless he has Elderwood Embrace. Elderwood Embrace would be quite scary at this point, but not a lot we can do. We're just building towards this Crackthorn, so you can be a bit more aggressive with your neutral lands if you want to, especially in the early game if you don't have Crackthorn in hand. But if you do pick up Crackthorn, you want to be building towards it as quickly as possible. So Cypher's Wrath on this is a problem. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's a bit of a problem here because now... Oh, and Andy has the Elderwood, so this is what I was worried about. I'm not too worried. I guess we have Voice of Truth if you want to bring it down to size, but, you know, we'll just wait here. And we'll go for Crackthorn Beast next turn. Let's see what we can get out of it. 7/7's quite a bulky creature to be dealing with. Voice of Truth is a great card in dealing with this kind of thing, but in this specific situation, I can't get much out of it. Maybe later, maybe when he drops his Crackthorn, maybe he powers something about reach for me, and then I can Voice of Truth it, bring it back down to size, and then I can clear it out with something I have on board. It's quite even right now, I would say. Now, I would go as far to say that Yomimi has the advantage here. But the Crackthorn Beast might help with that because now... Oh, wow, 2 Crackthorns. That's very nice. Because now I can drop a Crackthorn here to stop the double collection and hope some of my power-ups go on this guy here. Right, that's great. So... nice clean clear here. Axe Grinder sticks around. These two now trade off with this, so he needs his own Crackthorn Beast to empower this out of range. This could be a potential swing turn for him because I might not be able to finish this off with Crackthorn if I get some bad pings, but We'll see what he has. If he doesn't have Crackthorn, I'm going to be much happier because this board is going to be a lot harder to deal with. I mean, he could have Cypher's Wrath cleared and maybe play an Axe Grinder or Sagami Warrior, but I just follow up with the second Crackthorn Beast and try and take control of these wells. And as you can see, he's gone for the same thing as me. We've both gone for well control. Now, if he doesn't go for land this turn, I will double neutral up here to lock him into this section, and I have complete control of this area as far as land's concerned. If he wants to contest it, he has to build here, here, or here. He did go for the draw, so it looks like he was probably looking for that Crackthorn Beast to make his life easier. If he has Ciphers, if he clears this Ciphers and plays a creature, he'll be fine. You know, that's a pretty reasonable line for him, but perhaps he doesn't have that exactly. We'll see what he does. And the clock is ticking. Best case scenario, he has a creature, but he doesn't have removal for this guy. So he just trades and plays a creature in a safer position, which I'm all about. Oh, and that's actually really nice for him. So he's now blocking me off. But do I care at this point? That's the question. So I'm gonna send Crackthorn Beast here and take an aggressive forest. So this forest here represents teleportation in the future if it ever comes about. So if I do pick up a Grove Caller, maybe have a defender down, he does answer the board if he becomes aggressive. And then I'm like, well, I want to switch him into a more aggressive position, and then I can Grove Caller, teleport up, and then take that orb damage. But board control is going to be my main priority until I find maybe a turn where I can swing. And in this mirror matchup, if you do happen to play this a lot, don't be afraid to pre-buff your creatures. Green Red Crackthorn has to run Voice of Truth to be able to target that, and if they're not running Voice of Truth, you do benefit from it greatly. You had to weigh up what's more important. Is he, say, playing an Elderwood Embrace on a creature, keeping it alive? Is that more important than him having the answer? Like, if he doesn't have the answer, how much momentum does that give you? I only run one Voice of Truth in this deck, and if other players are playing the same deck, you need to be aware of it. But some people might not even run this. You know, I think it's a great card. If you haven't watched my, read my card review on the hub, I'd recommend checking it out. And I give my full thoughts on this card. It's one of the highest rated cards I give because its effect is just so powerful. So he's going aggressive now. So he's kind of given up this well swap, but he knows these two trade. So I'm going to take a draw here, because I'd rather find Cypher's Wrath than using the Flame Burst. There we go. So I collect and the Cypher's Wrath. This doesn't represent any issues to me. Because if he does power it up and go aggressive, I have Voice of Truth to bring it back in line. But also, it doesn't collect any Faeria. I'm double collecting now. So I'm going to have the economy advantage over him. And as a 9/5, it's going to cost him a Flame Burst and a Cypher's Wrath to clear this out. But I could Guidance it next turn, potentially. I could have Guidance it this turn to play around that. That may have been a good line, actually. Because if he Voice of Truths it doesn't get removed and it collects. So this was... I'm talking about pre-buffing your creatures. I think the last turn was a perfect situation for that. But yeah, we'll see what he does. He draws a card, so he can't get the Faeria now to Cypher's Wrath, Flameburst Cypher's Wrath. So this guy is going to live another turn, which is going to double collect for me, take me up to 8 Faeria, and I'm going to be in a very good position. So this can deal 3 damage, but it's not relevant to me at all. As soon as I pull, basically as soon as I draw a Grove Caller, this 9 damage is going to his orb. And there's not a lot he can do about it. Unless he builds a defender here. So just another Wood Elemental. Again, not really a threat right now, especially with this healing in hand. Firestorm. So I'm running Firestorm. I talked about in the deck doctor that you can tech in cards. I've teched in a Firestorm. because it's the start of the season and I'm expecting a lot of blue jumpers. But I also kept in the guidance taking out one wood elemental to balance between facing against burn and rush. So I'm trying to find a good balance for the start of the season, because I'm not too sure what the meta game is going to be, especially since the season's only been active for less than 2 hours. So we can draw now. Like I said, we want to find that grove call. Oh, this is very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's collect Faeria. I take 6 damage next turn. That's a fair amount to be. That's quite a bit. But I have to heal. So I'm just gonna Ground Shaker. Here. You can't kill me. Like, the most you can do is 9. 9 with a Flame Burst, 8 with a Power Up. So these two could trade off into this. But that's trading 8 Faeria for 6 Faeria, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm just assuming he's gonna go on. Like, you would only play this wood elemental here if your plan was to go aggressive. So I need to be aware that of Flame Burst being in his hand. So I might have to +1 into heal next turn. I double collect up to 5. Gain 2. I can then Firestorm into Guidance just to play around that Flame Burst. It's a very difficult situation for him, especially if he doesn't have all these Flame Bursts. If he does have the Flame Burst, he's actually played this very well. Okay, so he's buffing. Okay, so that could be a problem. Maybe I don't need a Firestorm this turn. There is a Crackthorn. This is a tough one. Maybe Voice of Truth heal is the play. Yeah, collect Voice of Truth heal. That means I can draw. I'm not playing Firestorm this turn because I can't get to this. Elderwood. Okay, that doesn't help. The problem I have is the positioning of the Voice of Truth. There's nowhere that good for it to go, so I guess I stick it here. And then I just heal. So this plays around Flame Burst lethal. You can because he could +1. Well, he would have had 5 damage. I would have healed for 5, so that would have just soaked up the 5, and double Flame Burst would have been lethal, which he could have +1'd into. I have an Elderwood on this, so maybe this can kill something, like an Axe Grinder. Although if he plays Axe Grinder in this spot, it's going to be tough. I didn't pick up the Grove Callers. If I had picked up the Grove Callers early, this game would have ended a lot quicker, because I would have just sent that 9/5 all the way up to his orb and put a 2-turn clock on him. That's probably what I'm going to do this turn. I'll move here, and I'll move this back, and then I'll get the double collection. I'll start pressuring. I could have potentially done that earlier. Now that I think about it. I guess one problem would be Elderwood Embrace. Elderwood Embrace would be quite nasty. Because that sets up the double Flame Burst lethal again. Crackthorn? Okay. Oh, I needed all the buffs to go here, so how do I do this? Oh, there's the Sagami. I don't have enough Faeria now to finish him off. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, these two cards here represent lethal. But I need 10 Faeria to do it. So these two guys can go into this. I can teleport the Axe Grinder down and finish this guy off. But I don't live. That's the problem. I don't live from that. I could Flame Burst, clear into Voice of Truth. Elderwood Embrace. No, that doesn't work. I'm just at a little bit of... Oh, this is a hard turn. I'm gonna have to go with my original line just because I feel like I've run out of time to figure this out. So yeah, I feel like I've probably lost this. Maybe having control... I should have been more aggressive. I was playing too passively. He took the initiative before me. Now he just goes Axe Grinder, and then what do I do? I guess I could Crackthorn block. A Crackthorn block keeps me alive. Ah, it's a shame I didn't have that extra Faeria. But we'll take +1 now. Because we can these two trade off unless he has, well, Flame Burst Ciphers is going to be lethal. Yeah, okay, so he has it. So he played that a lot better than me actually, because he had the he saw his outs with the Earth Elementals, right? He realized that he couldn't win an economy battle, so went on an aggressive line, and his hand greatly supported that line. So well played to Yomi there. That was a really good game. Alright, game number 2, going against Default this. Already climbing pretty high in the start of this season. See how we do against this guy. Picked up the Warrior, which is awesome. Very bulky Faeria Harvester for us. We're looking at a desert on the side of the well. That's interesting. So that tells me it's... Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the Ranma's Twin Soul Jumper deck? I'm not sure. Desert at the side of Well's interesting. Unless, oh, actually, Yellow Flyers, potentially. We'll see. Because deserts generally start here for the Windstorm charges and stuff if you're playing kind of Yellow Control, Yellow Tempo. And Archers can be summoned here as well. But side Well deserts... yeah, so Twin Souls related, which is what I predicted as soon as I saw it. Right, just gonna slowly build up now. We have Cypher's Wrath next turn to kill this. We're not gonna go into the well. We're gonna go straight up. We need to be a bit more aggressive because this is a slower deck, and he's probably gonna build up this side. So there might be a situation later on in the match where I double neutral into a forest to get a teleport. But we'll see. I'm glad I have the Firestorm in this deck now, because Firestorm's going to be very handy. Yeah, and it's yeah. So this is looking definitely like Ranma's Twin Soul deck with the jumper package. Speaking of teleportation. So we're leaving this Warrior here to collect from this well, and then Cypher can move up here next turn. Just thinking, I'm probably go Mountain again here. And then I could go Forest. And then I could actually go to my orb. While he's covering it, he doesn't want me to get it. So he actually gave up a Faeria to do this. Identifying how important it is. But the sad thing is, I do get to teleport. this turn. And clear this guy. So Ninja Toad does punish me a little bit, but I'm trying to starve him with Faeria. It's more important to me. Ninja Toad, sad times. I could have voiced of truth actually. I'll play around that. I had enough Faeria for it. Yeah, I should have voiced of truth my own Cypher in that situation. I'd be in such a good spot if I had. I'll take a draw. I don't know actually. No, let's not take a draw. Let's do this. Actually, it's hard to say. I think I clear and then I Sagami Warrior up aggressively to force him to backpedal from this double collection spot. I have to clear this one to double collect, so stop him from double collecting. I'm going to dash here to put him out of range of this guy. But if he clears this now, I just... Yeah, I can just push up with the Ground Shaker. I'm so sad about that. I see I had a good Voice of Truth play, and I missed it. I completely missed it. That was really bad by me, guys. But now I've made the mistake, hopefully you guys will learn from it. If you do have a situation like that, don't be afraid to Voice of Truth your own Cypher to protect it. I've been a completely different situation. That's fine, I'm fine with that trade. Battletoads. This gives him a good board state. I'll take the draw. I want Cypher's Wrath. Okay. Hold up. So yeah, all Wood Elemental here. Now we'll take this actually, because if I do get another teleport, this will be a good defensive position. So I'll play the Firestorm next turn with our last mountain. So if he develops any more Battletoads, I'm going to be laughing. If he develops another Triton, I'm going to be laughing as well. Twin Souls. Maybe I don't even Firestorm yet. Maybe I wait till he Maybe I wait until he pushes out more cards. If he goes for Twin Souls now, I gave him land a bit as a step on to hit my orb, which is not always the greatest. But I wanted to I didn't want him to double neutral round. Then again, this land wasn't very good. I should have probably just played it here, to be honest. Battletoads. Yeah, I just Firestorm this board. And that should just win me the game, regardless of how badly I played. I could have played a lot better. And this is why Firestorm's in the deck. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like, his comeback now is Twin Souls. You kind of go Twin Souls here, probably, and then start to collect again. But I'm already double collecting. I have 6 damage again going to his orb. If I pick up the Grove Caller, he loses, so he might have to play a Twin Souls here. This is Soul Drain, try and keep himself alive a turn. Pick the draw. Just after damage at this point. What's more important to cover? Probably the lake. Yeah. I'm going to set up a wood elemental over an axe grinder. Just because Ninja Toad kills axe grinder, I still have lethal with these two into flame burst, so the extra attack on this makes no difference. This board just becomes a bit sturdier if I have more health. And I already got punished by Ninja Toad today, and I don't want to be punished again. By the way, I really like this deck that Default This is playing. I think it's very cool to take the jump package and make a Twin Soul deck out of it. And that's going to be it. Oh, way more damage than I need. Go for a bit of cheekiness here. There we have it. That was, even though I made a big misplay, I was still able to turn the game around. And it was Firestorm. Firestorm is the reason I put... This is the reason why I put Firestorm in the deck. It beats this deck really badly. It also helps against mono blue jumpers. So if these two decks are in your metagame, be sure to tech in one Firestorm to take care of it. So that wraps up this episode of Deck Doctor. Thank you very much for watching. I'm a little sad about the misplay I made against that Ninja Turd, but now I know. Hopefully I won't make it again. So Voice of Truth as a heal would have been great in that situation. And I probably would have won the game a lot quicker, but the Firestorm tech, you know, had a lot of influence. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe and share this video with your friends who play Faeria. And of course, check out the hub if you haven't already. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Have a great day.